Hello, I'm Isabella, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a cyanotype print. So what you'll need is some cyanotype paper, some sort of flat-ish object that you can use to make your print. So some examples would be flowers, plants, leaves, keys, paper cutouts, feathers, whatever you can think of. You'll also want some TSP if you want to turn your print into a yellow print, and some black tea if you want to turn it into a sepia-colored print. I would also recommend a glass or clear thing that can hold down your printing objects so that they don't blow away. I also like using a hard surface so that I can easily move it into the sunlight, out of the sunlight. You'll also want a water bath so that you can rinse off the extra chemicals on the paper so that it doesn't keep exposing. And you'll also want to have some other trays or bowls of water for when you want to soak it in TSP or in tea. Alright, let's get started. The first step is to prep your print, and you're going to want to do this in the shade and away from direct sunlight. So first you're going to take your paper out of its light protective sleeve. Again, keep the paper that you don't want to get exposed in the sleeve and away from direct sunlight, otherwise it'll turn blue before you want it to. And then you'll want to store this in a cool, dark area just to protect it from sun exposure. Okay, now we're going to take the objects that you've selected and arrange them how you want on your print. Whatever area you cover on the paper with objects will stay white, while the rest of the paper will turn a dark blue. And then that dark blue can either turn into a black if you let it soak in tea, or it'll turn yellow if you soak it in TSP. So I like how that is, so I'm going to go ahead and pin it down, and then I'm going to leave it out in the sun for about 5 minutes. Alright, so you'll notice that it turns a light silvery blue color as it exposes, and once it looks kind of like this, you can go ahead and take your paper off. Notice how the covered part is actually darker blue right now. That'll change once we rinse off the extra chemicals. So you'll want to rinse it off for about 5 minutes to get rid of the extra iron compounds so that it won't keep exposing. And ideally you'd want to do this away from sunlight, but my cover is a little flimsy. Alright, now that the paper's been soaking for about 5 minutes, you'll notice that it has darkened in color, and now the negative area where the plant was is now white. So you're going to want to let this dry for a little while, and it'll continue to darken as it dries. So at this point you can choose to stop if you're happy with having a blue print, but if you'd like to turn your print into either a yellow print or a sepia print, your next step is going to be to get some TSP, a gallon of water, and a tray of water for rinsing your print after it's soaked. I would also recommend some gloves when you're handling the TSP. So first what you're going to want to do is take 3 tablespoons of the TSP and put them into your gallon of water. And then you're going to want to mix that in until it dissolves. Alright, that looks good. So I'm going to put my print into the water and let that soak for 15 minutes. Keep in mind that you don't need to wait for your blueprint to dry completely before you put it in the TSP. You're welcome to put it in directly after it's rinsed off. So now that our 15 minutes are up, I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and you'll see that it is now yellow. So if you want to leave it yellow, you can you can rinse it off, set it out to dry, and then you're all done. If you want it to be sepia though, you still have another step to go. So now you have your yellow print, and if you want to keep it yellow, then you're all good, you're all done. If you want to make it sepia, what you'll need is around 5 tea bags, some boiled water, and then a tray for holding your tea. So you'll want to start by getting around 5 tea bags. Keep in mind that the more tea bags you add, the darker your print will be. And you're just going to want to put the tea bags into whatever container you're going to be using, pour some boiled water over it, and make some tea. Alright, you'll just want to let that sit for around 5 minutes, and then it'll be ready to soak your print in. Now that your tea is ready, you can go ahead and take the tea bags out and put the print in. You'll want to let your print soak for around 10 minutes. And as it soaks, you'll notice that it'll start to turn a dark brown where the yellow is, and a lighter brown where the white of the paper is. And then once it's done soaking, you'll put it in a bath of cold water, or you can rinse it off in the sink, and you'll want to do that for about a minute. Now that your print's been allowed to sit for a little while, you can go ahead and take it out, and now your print is sepia colored. And all you have to do now is let it rinse in some cold water for about a minute, let it dry, and then you're all done. Thank you for participating in the workshop. I hope you enjoyed it. We'd love to see any photos you take, so you're more than welcome to send some photos to the IRL's Instagram, or you could tag us in any photos you post, and I hope to see you at the IRL soon.